Hey guys, it's Gonna Run 13 and posting a video. I want to kind of cover a couple things here real quick for you. Kind of making a video covering a couple things that are kind of on my mind today. And first thing I want to do is give a big, huge thanks to YankeePrepper. One of my favorite channels on YouTube. I follow this guy's videos, everything he puts out. Obviously not everything everybody talks about or puts out, is the best stuff out there or the correct stuff out there. But as far as his channel and his vids, I really agree with, just a ton of stuff that he covers, and he's kind of, just kind of one of those channels that, when you think of YouTube, you think YouTube prepping community, he's kind of the first channel kind of pops into my mind. I mean, if he posts a video, I'm on top of it, I'm watching it, But, I want to kind of give him a thank you for sure for mentioning my channel on one of his videos, talking about a review on some flashlights that I got from an idea of one of his videos. So I want to, give my thanks to YankeePrepper for the mentioning of the channel or shout out or whatever you want to call it, talking about the review. And ultimately, that's the whole point, is to put out this information to help people out, and that's what I kind of wanted to follow on. Really, actually, this is perfect timing, because the video I put out a couple months ago on this specific thing with these economical options for flashlights, that's what I want to cover today. And it was perfect timing because, which I'll go into why. But yesterday, me and another YouTube buddy, we were talking about those specific flashlights and these economical buys that you could get nowadays on these, super bright, pretty well built, flashlights out there for very cheap. I talked about in this previous video how I've never owned a Surefire or a Streamlight or really top of the line, super expensive tactical flashlight for weapons or anything like that. Not that they're not worth it. They are. They make great product. They really do. It's just, it was hard for me to spend that type of money. And I think, as I stated last time, some of those things, $200 for those flashlights, I'd rather spend another, $200 and get an AK-74, or something else, buy a couple, buy 4 Mosin Nagants, So that was kind of one of the reasons why I did the video, and I was talking about a specific flashlight that I picked up, and that was the Sam's Club flashlights, the Rocky tactical flashlights. Came in a 2-pack. One was a 220 lumen, the other is 160 lumen, which here is one of them. They were extremely bright flashlights. Built pretty well. I've had these for a while. I use them all the time. I've never had any problems with them whatsoever. If these things last me a year, or if they go out on me now, I've got my money's worth. But I think these will be lasting for quite a while for some reason, but we'll see. So I was glad to see that he posted that video and that he enjoyed those too. Because like I said, my video was a response pretty much to his video on economical flashlight buys. So anyways, the reason why I wanted to do this video, the timing is perfect from yesterday, is because I acquired for the first time one of those top of the line flashlights, which is why I've got my shotgun on in front of me here. Okay, my Remington 870. You all have seen this if you've viewed my channel. I have here a Streamlight. Okay, I was looking for a new weapons light, and I acquired this one right here. And so I figured I would try it out. So I got this Streamlight light here, and the reasons why I wanted a new weapons light, I was looking for one to mount on my main battle rifle. But I got to get that final setup so I can mount that on there, which I'll go into later once I get that on there. So right now what I do is I got it on my 12 gauge. I've been just trying it out. And from what I see, it's a great flashlight. I like it. It's really cool. And what I want to do tonight is kind of, give this top of the line tactical flashlight that, costs a little more than everything else. Put a comparison on it to these Rocky Mountain lights, or for that matter, any of the other more economical lights that I have. If you watch my last video, I went over quite a few of them. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll put this to a test. To these Rocky Mountain lights, and we'll kind of give you a kind of an idea of why these economical lights are really good option. I'll tell you one thing: the technology has changed so much, that you can find these lights pretty cheap and a pretty good value and extremely bright. Right now, if what I've noticed too on like the Streamlight and the Surefires is the price has gone down a lot. They're still really expensive, okay, but prices have gone down because I believe they do got to compete with some of these other lights out there that are just dirt cheap. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll do a comparison on this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys outside, and I'm going to put this light up against this 220 Rocky Mountain 220 light. Right here, and also I'll take the 160 light out also. You can see that in zoom, and I will put it to a test against this Streamlight. The Streamlight is the Polytac, it's called. Polytac. It's got the C4 LED bulb. It's got an output, a maximum output of 130 lumens. Okay. Now, this light didn't cost, from what I see, they're not the super expensive Streamlights or Surefires, but it's still a really good light. And basically this flashlight costs the same amount as 4 of these. Okay, so these cost from Sam's Club $25 for a 2-pack, 160 and a 220. This costs around $50. Which is a lot more economical than a lot of these flashlights are. They're Surefires that run around the same price for a little less lumen output than this Streamlight. But one of these against 4, a couple of years ago, you wouldn't be able to get one of these for $50. So one of these against 4, I'll show you the difference in brightness, and I'll compare them. I'll kind of go over that, and we'll go from there. So that's what I wanted to kind of cover, and plus I wanted to say thanks to Yankee Prepper once again. I appreciate it, very grateful, and that's all I can really say on it. And also while I'm at it, I want to kind of show you real quick here. Remember my little micro red dot? I've been putting this thing on everything. I just love this little micro red dot optics. These are pretty cool. So I put it on here. Another thing I wanted to show you guys, I showed you this sling mount that I put on for a single point sling for the 12 gauge. Check this out. I mean, you can just spin this around because it's on a swivel mount like that. It's got the swivel mount, but the way I rigged this thing up, I mean, this thing will not get twisted up. To be able to do that, I think is a pretty cool thing to do for a sling. And no twisting or nothing like that. So that was a quick another little thing I wanted to show you guys. I know I've showed you this thing in the past, but I never really touched on that. So what I'll do is I'll take you guys outside. We'll compare these 2 flashlights, or 3 flashlights, and we'll go from there, guys. So we'll see you back in a few minutes. Okay guys, well, we're going to test these 3 lights out. And what we got is the Rocky Tactical, which is 160 lumens, the Rocky Tactical, which is 220, and then also this Surefire, or sorry, Streamlight, which is 130, which costs, you know, the price points that I've already told you about. Okay, so, you know, as far as durability and you know, all that, only time will tell. You know, I'm sure the Surefire or the Streamlight will have have it beat over the Rocky Tactical, you know, but who knows. But you got the price point, and ultimately, you know, we'll see how they output. Okay. You know, these 3 lights, we'll start off by testing out individually to see, you know, which one kind of holds a farther beam and lights up and floods up a little certain area. Now, directly in front of you, there will be a white shed, and this is going to be around between 30 to 40 yards out that I paced out. Okay, so we'll start off with a 100. We'll start off with 160. Okay, so this is the 160 Rocky Tactical. It's got a low beam and the high output. Now it covers that pretty good and floods up that area pretty good. Okay. Now I'm going to compare this to, this will be the Streamlight. Now the Streamlight only has one setting. Okay. Now that will kind of covers the area. They both look pretty comparable, one after the other right there. So let's go ahead and try them side by side. Streamlight on the left, Rocky on the right. Okay. Let's try it now reversed. I'm going to put the Rocky on the left and the Streamlight on the right. You know, looks like it's hard to tell. I don't know how you can see on camera, but the Streamlight, I don't know, puts a direct beam. You know, but they're pretty comparable right there. It's really really kind of hard to tell. They're kind of a toss-up right there. By my eyes, what the camera's showing, I'm not quite sure. Let's try with the 220 Rocky and the Streamlight. Streamlight on 220 Rocky first, low and high. And then we'll go with the Streamlight. Okay. Now let's try them side by side. Rocky Tactical 220 lumen on the left, Streamlight 130 lumen on the right. On this one, it seems that the 220 lumen to me looks more brighter and floods the area more direct than the Streamlight. I don't know how that shows up on camera, but to me, it looks like this 220 is a little bit brighter than the Streamlight. Okay guys, basically after further testing, get you a little more light in here. After further testing on these outside, after I got done with the camera, I did a little further testing, and what I found is basically the Rocky 160 and the Streamlight are pretty comparable, very, very close. Streamlight actually might have a slight edge on this, but overall the 220 lumen output is brighter and goes farther than the Streamlight. So, okay. Now the thing is with these type of more economical flashlights, a lot of times, you know, they'll say 150 output or lumens, 220 lumens, whatever. They're not really that. They don't really have that type of output. So I mean, you got to test them out to really find out. And, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. With these, you know, I really do think they're pretty close to what they say they are. So when it comes down to it, you know, these two are pretty comparable. This thing's a little bit better. But guys, you get 4 of these for the price of just this one. Okay? And some of these other lights, you know, which make great weapons lights, you know, and it costs you an arm and a leg, so it's up to you guys. I mean, I can see putting, you know, one of these on your weapons and using, you know, lights for other things. You could put one of these on your weapons too. I've done it. I have been doing it for a while, quite a while. Like I said, this is my first. But ultimately, guys, you know, for the price, you know, you guys decide. I'm really happy with these. I'll continue to find these deals and buy them. I do like the Streamlight. You know, I'll find a place for it. This will probably go on my main weapon, my main battle rifle. Like I said, ultimately, maybe one of these will. Who knows? But I'll continue to buy these. More than likely, I won't be, you know, purchasing any Surefires or Streamlights in the future. But I'm happy to have this one, and very happy to have these two. So that's kind of follow up on the testing, going back on that video and the original video from Yankee Prepper. And once again, you know, everybody, I thank you for your support. You know, keep looking out. I have a bunch of vids lined up, a lot of issues, subjects I want to go over, and we're going to be doing a lot of outdoor stuff coming up here soon. So, guys, thanks for your support again, and we'll talk to you later.